Yo, 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 what's good, people? It's your boy Hard8, the truth of YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah. What's up, people? What's happening? Goddamn, we already got dislikes, huh? Goddamn, is the pussies already bleeding? Jesus, a motherfucker didn't even talk yet, and the river of blood is already flowing. Wow. Oh man, they hurt already. Goddamn, they hurt already. Shit, I don't understand why I don't sell motherfucking maxi pads or some shit. I can make a ton of fucking money. I really can. I can make millions. What's good, people? What's happening, man? Welcome to the live stream, man. We're gonna talk about some things because we got some things to talk about. You dig? With the generation winding down, and as far as this generation go, it's already dead to me. R.I.P. the PS4 and the Xbox One. This generation is already pretty much behind me. I'm ready to move on. I've been ready to move on. I'm ready to go. But I talked about this before, I believe. I forget a lot of shit that go on with this internet shit. You know, I don't have a crazy memory when it comes to a lot of videos I done made or shit I done talked about or said when it comes to this YouTube shit. Because a lot of times, I be doing shit to piss people off because I know it makes them mad and shit like that. So a lot of times I be forgetting a lot of shit that got to do with this internet shit. I'm going to be real with you. But I did talk about this before. But I thought we should go a little bit more in depth. You dig? Because this generation is dead. It's done. It's over. It's a wrap. Move on. You dig? Move on. And it's just hard. It's hard for somebody like me to really like. I don't see myself getting another PS4 ever again. I don't see it happening unless The Last of Us 2 could force me to get another PS4. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping it's not because I really don't want to. I don't want a PS4 anymore. I'm hoping that The Last of Us 2 launches on the PS5 day and date or whatever like that. Or by the time The Last of Us 2 comes out, I hope we have a launch date for the PS5 or some shit like that because I just don't want to deal with the PS4 no more. It's actually becoming kind of unplayable for me. And I just realized that with the last PS4 I had and I was playing Days Gone, man, I felt like I was just getting dizzy, motion sickness. I don't know what the fuck was going on. That juddery, stuttery fucking gameplay, the bad frame rates, 30 frames per second, it was killing me, dog. Like I really was feeling woozy trying to play that game, man. You know what I mean? I just can't do it, man. It's just hard to be, when you wielding the type of power I'm wielding on my PC, you know what I mean? I'm like Thanos with the fucking gems. I got all 6 of those motherfuckers. That's the type of power I'm wielding when it comes to my PC. So to go from the power of my PC to a fucking console, it's a super downgrade. Like, and it's just not, it's the performance with the games, but it's also the field of view. It's just making me nauseous. Like, seriously, like on some real shit. Like, I was nauseous playing Days Gone. Like, I just could not get into that game without feeling like I was about to pass the fuck out. Like, yeah, I need to lay the fuck down after playing this shit. You dig? And that's just facts. That's just real talk. This ain't no hyperbole, nothing like that. I'm being straight up honest with y'all. When I was playing Days Gone, it felt like I was about to pass out, dog. Like the stuttery, juddery, fucking frame rate, that 30 frames, 25, however much it be dropping down to the fucking teens, and that field of view, it was really fucking with my brain, dog. It was really fucking with me, and I just cannot get down with this shit no more. You know what I mean? I'm over here wielding the fucking gauntlet with all the stones when it comes to this motherfucking PC. This type of fucking power I'm wielding. Just imagine wielding all the fucking infinity stones, infinity gems or whatever, and then not having them. That's how it feels going from my PC to fucking consoles. It's like I'm over here wielding these motherfucking stones, and then I'm going down to not having them at all. I'm going down to fucking fucking Black Widow status or some shit like that. I go from being as powerful as Thanos to Black Widow. Like, it's not working for me no more. R.I.P. to this motherfucking generation, which just happens to be the worst generation thus far. Now, I know what's going through your head right now. I know that pussy is probably bleeding. I know it is, but just calm the fuck down, all right? Relax, okay? I got some points to make. Relax. When you really think about it, this is the worst generation. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? When you got multiple iterations of things, you're going to have the best and the worst. Something has to be the worst, right? Something has to be the worst. But this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, you might say you got Five Guys, you got Wendy's, and you got, just say, Burger King, right? One of those restaurants got to have the worst burger. But that doesn't mean that the worst burger is nasty. You dig? And that's just an example. I don't know what the fuck y'all like, but you understand what I'm talking about. You dig? I mean, let's just sum it up like this. You got a Rolls Royce, you got a Bentley, and you got a Lamborghini. Okay, one of those cars have to be the worst, but that doesn't mean that the worst is actually like bad. You dig? It's just when it comes to those three cars, you're going to have the worst. You know what I mean? Whichever one that just happens to be. So when it comes to all these generations, this one right here is the fucking worst. It is. It's the worst. So we're just going to break it down. We're going to talk about the shit, but relax. You know what I mean? And while I'm talking, I'm going to give you something to think about. All right? Think about this. If this is not the worst generation, what generation was worse than this one? What generation do you think was worse than this one? Because I don't see that. But where the fuck is my goddamn phone? Hold on one second. Where is my phone? All right. We back. All right, cool. So while I'm talking, you could just think about that. If this is not the worst generation, then what generation before this is worser? Is that a word? Worser is not a word, right? But it is the day, god damn it. What generation is worse? Think about that while I break down these motherfucking generations from my point of view. You got to understand, this is my opinion, right? You know, I know, that my opinion causes people to feel some type of way. You dig? I don't know why. Be like me. Because y'all opinions or other YouTubers' opinions, it doesn't bother me in no way, shape, form, or fashion at all. It really doesn't. I don't really care how somebody feels about certain things. There's people out there that think Days Gone is a great fucking game. I don't give a fuck what they think. The game is fucking trash. In my opinion, is all that matters. You dig? So I don't care who loves Days Gone, who's enjoying it, what anybody think. The game is fucking garbage. Period. But see, that type of shit, it makes people upset. People get all in their motherfucking feelings. But it is what it is. The game sucks. But these corporate cocksuckers, these Sony corporate cocksuckers, who I hate. I hate y'all motherfuckers. Just want you to know that. I hate you Sony cocksuckers. I don't like y'all. Just know that. Just know I don't like any of you fucking corporate cocksuckers. But I think I got a special hate for you Sony dick suckers, because y'all are some dick sucking hypocritical motherfuckers. I swear to God, y'all are. Like when an Xbox game comes out and it gets low scores and all that, it ain't no motherfucking debate. It ain't none of that. Y'all right for the juggler. All the game's trash. Ha ha ha. A lot of jokes. Everything is good to go. But soon as Days Gone comes out and it gets a low score, now it's, the reviewers got it wrong, and now you want to talk about all of the good games that you love with low scores? Like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking faggots. Straight up, like, stop it. You dudes are a bunch of fucking hypocrites, and I can't stand you motherfuckers. Hate y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't up for debate. It ain't up for discussion when an Xbox game get a low score, but let a Sony game get a low score. Now we got all these motherfuckers damage controlling, talking all this dumb shit. And, oh, don't worry about my opinion or what I like. If I like this or like that, it shouldn't bother you. Get you dick-sucking ass niggas the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas is a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you feel some type of way right now, I'm talking to you. If the shoe fit, wear it. I'm talking to you. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm talking to you. If the shoe fit, wear it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, stick that shit up your ass, motherfucker, because I'm talking to you, you dick-sucking Sony corporate cocksuckers. The damage control is so real for this Days Gone. It's unbelievable. But when Xbox games was getting the same score, y'all ain't trying to hear nothing. Whole bunch of jokes, whole bunch of shots being fired, all that type of shit. But when it's a Sony game, it's a whole bunch of fucking excuses. Fuck you faggots. If the shoe fit weird, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. You know what I mean? Take that shoe and stick it up your motherfucking ass, you dick-sucking, cock-sucking faggots. You know what I'm saying? Can't stand you motherfuckers, dog. Y'all motherfuckers is a bunch of fucking hypocrites. I'm going to keep putting my foot on y'all niggas' necks every fucking chance I get if I see it. You dig? So it is what it is. Now, let's talk about this, man. R.I.P. to the PS4 and the Xbox. When this generation is done, it's over. I have no desire to play any more games on these low-budget, under-fucking performing machines. They're garbage. I'm done. I'm tired of being fucking nauseous and all that shit while I'm trying to fucking game and all that. I'm ready to move on. I need power. I can't go from my goddamn PC to these consoles. It just ain't working. It's the same effect I'm having near the end of last generation when I got on PC. I just could not do the PS3 and the fucking Xbox no more. I had to go back because I wanted to play God of War. I wanted to play GTA 5. And I wanted to play Last of Us. But if it's up to me, fuck that shit. I need power. Give me power. I can't go from a 2080 Ti and a 9900K to some whatever bullshit that's in these consoles. I just can't do it. And I'm done with this. Hopefully, I'm hoping that fucking Last of Us 2 comes out at the same time as PS5. Because I would rather play it on the PlayStation 5, not the PS4. Just go ahead and put this shit up on a shelf. You know what I'm saying? Close the fucking curtain. It's over. Close the curtain. This shit is struggling. It's underpowered. It's fucking weak. I'd rather play Last of Us 2 on the fucking PS5. Close the motherfucking curtain. Close the fucking curtain. All right. So this is the worst generation thus far. Now, some of y'all, just think about that. If you don't agree, that's fine. Cool. But if you don't agree, tell me which generation is worse than this one. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go through these generations and we're going to start back. I'm just going back as far as my generation, right? Where I started and where it mattered. I'm going back to the generation that saved gaming in North America. That generation is the NES. Right, that's the console that saved gaming in North America, because gaming was pretty much done over here. You know what I mean? They was getting crazy with Atari. Everybody was just releasing any type of game they wanted. They released that fucking ET shit. That shit caused a gaming crash. The NES came through and saved the day. One of my top 10 consoles of all time, the NES. So we go back to the NES, right? We already know that the NES was the NES. It was fucking lit. Gaming was great. It was like, for me, it was like, this is the beginning. You know what I mean? This is what we got to look forward to moving forward. I'm all in. Gaming was fucking amazing with the NES. And, you know, we had our issues with the fucking hardware and shit like that. But we're not dealing with hardware. We're just talking about strictly games. We're not really talking about features and none of that shit. We're just talking about the games and how it made you feel at that time when you were gaming on the NES. You dig? It was amazing. So hold on one second. So you got the NES, right? All right. So we already know this generation wasn't fucking with the NES generation, right? Like I said, that generation saved gaming for us. That generation saved gaming. So we know that this generation is not fucking with the NES. You know what I mean? Thousands of great fucking games. Some of the franchises that you still love till this day started on the NES. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a Nintendo dude. If it's my fault. If you're a Nintendo guy, then you already know a lot of franchises that you love today started on the NES. And it's the NES, dog. It's the console that saved fucking gaming. Who knows where gaming would be today if it wasn't for the fucking NES. You dig? Hold on 1 second. Damn it, I was not prepared before I started this. All right. So yeah, who knows where gaming would be if it wasn't for the NES. So we cannot give this generation, we cannot put this generation over the NES. A lot of classic fucking games. And I know some of y'all might have, and you know, to really experience the impact of the NES, you got to be one of those people that were gaming on the NES when it was hot. Not really talking to anybody that played the NES after the Genesis and the Super Nintendo was out. I'm talking about people that was in the trenches during that time. You already know what the NES brought to the table. Sega Master System was cool, but I didn't really know a lot of people that had it. I knew one person that had a Sega Master System. Played a bunch of Sega Master System like games in the arcade, like Shinobi and shit like that. But it was all about that NES, dog. classic games. You know what I mean? What the NES brought. So let me see. So you got the NES. Can we all agree that this generation is not better than that NES generation? Can we all agree on that? I think we can all agree on that, right? I mean, if you're not from that generation, if you were born after that generation, you didn't experience that generation, then I can understand how you might feel. You know what I mean? So I can't hold that against you, but anybody that was here during that generation, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Now, so in my opinion, we cannot put this generation over the NES generation, not the generation that actually saved gaming in North America. Now, so you move on to the next generation, which was the Super NES, not the fucking SNES. Yo, say the SNES in front of me in real life. I'm probably going to smack the shit out you. It's not no fucking SNES. That fucking, I hate, yo. Anytime I watch a video and somebody refer to it as the SNES, I click right off. Matter of fact, I'm thumbs down, dislike, and then I click right off to never see that shit again. It's not the fucking SNES. I don't know who started that bullshit. It is the SNES or the Super Nintendo, not the fucking SNES. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate that fucking shit. Yo, y'all understand how much I hate that shit. It's not that you're disrespecting that shit, the SNES. No. It's the SNES or the Super Nintendo. We don't know nothing else. Stop it. So you had the Super Nintendo, you had the Sega Genesis, and you had a bunch of other kind of irrelevant fucking consoles during this time. But those were the main two that we were all playing. Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, come on. Come on. I know you ain't putting this generation over that generation. Again, amazing. You got to understand, we're in the early stages. This is when gaming is just, it's like, it's hitting its stride, and it's only getting better and better. You know what I mean? I feel like quality of gaming has dropped. You know what I mean? During this generation, Super NES, Sega Genesis, gaming didn't hit its stride yet, but it was moving towards a better future. You know what I mean? Now it just look like shit going on. I don't even know if we're going to ever have a generation that was better than what has come before. I don't think so, because it seemed like gaming is just going downhill nowadays. But during them days, gaming was going up. It was going uphill. You know what I mean? It was just getting better and better. Each generation was getting better and better. Now I feel like gaming has already reached its peak. I don't know. It's not looking good for the future of fucking gaming. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can turn shit around. We'll see. So Super NES, Sega Genesis, I mean, come on. Now, a lot of y'all was here for this generation. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all already know what type of games, was brought to the table. We had amazing games like, Sonic and Super Mario World and, you know, shit like that. Mario Kart and Vector Man, Earthworm Jim. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? We were getting better arcade ports at home. You know, games like Street Fighter 2 Turbo. We had, you know, Mortal Kombat. So we were getting better arcade ports. So, I mean, the Super NES and the Sega Genesis, I mean, we can just go on and on and on. So you definitely, no way you can put that over this generation. And the Super Nintendo is one of the consoles that is in my top 5 favorite consoles of all time. No way that you can put this generation over the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis generation. Nah, it can't happen. You're tripping. If you think, unless you were born afterwards, you know what I'm saying? Unless you were born afterwards, you didn't experience that generation. But I think a lot of us have experienced that generation. But if you were born, if you didn't experience the generation, then I can understand. But if you did, no way you putting this generation over that. Nah, absolutely not. Then we go to the next, which was the PS1, the Sega Saturn, and the N64. Now, you know, during this time, you had other consoles that wasn't so popular. You know, 3DO, Jaguar, Sega CD, 32X, shit like that. We're just talking about the main consoles that made the impact. You dig? So you had the PS1, the Saturn, and the N64. Now, this is the generation where we were getting perfect arcade ports at home, which was a big deal. You know what I mean? To be able to get an arcade game at home where you no longer have to spend all of those quarters anymore, that was a big deal. But, you know, we done moved on to CD, and, you know, N64 was still doing the cartridge thing, but graphics got way better. I mean, the leap at this time was just crazy. Like I said, gaming was going uphill. You know what I mean? At this time, it was just getting better and better. A lot more shit was happening. It seemed like developers were much more passionate than they are now. It didn't seem like everything was just about money. I know it's always about money, but at least during these days, you didn't really see it that much. You know what I mean? We were getting quality fucking games. Come on, the PS1, that's revolutionary. You know what I mean? Which happens to be my favorite console of all time. That's number one. The PS1, the Saturn, the 64. All of these consoles are in my top 10 consoles of all time. Amazing fucking games, dog. Like, I could just remember the feeling that the PS1 gave me. It just was unmatched. That generation, period. To me, that's my favorite generation. The PS1, the Saturn, and the 64. That's my favorite generation. That generation was insane. Like, the feeling, oh man, it was just crazy. It was crazy. No way in the world is this generation better than that generation. Absolutely not. Not even fucking close. Not even close. So again, thus far, what do we have? What is this generation? This generation does not outperform those generations. And we ain't talking about console sales and shit like that. Well, even when it comes to console sales, you know, that's a different story. But we're just talking about the games, how gaming felt at that time for you, and just the quality of games and that type of shit. You dig? That generation is my favorite generation of all time. So it definitely doesn't. This generation definitely isn't above that. Then you had the next generation, which I missed, which was the Dreamcast, the PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube. I missed this generation. Y'all already know the story. You know, growing up, I was about that life. It's not nothing to be proud of, but unfortunately, I was about that life, and you know, being about that life has consequences. So while my ass was sitting up on a mountain in prison doing hard times, but doing hard time, y'all was out here enjoying the PS2, the Dreamcast, the GameCube, and the Xbox. And I was looking at magazines and watching Gamehead on fucking TNN. Well, it's Spike TV now, but yeah, that's what it was back then. Anyway, I wasn't here around for that generation. But from what I gather from other gamers, is that generation was lit. You know what I mean? That generation. I mean, come on, the PS2. You had the highest selling console of all time. You had the Xbox was new to the block, and that brought a lot of great shit to the market. It brought online gaming. Well, we had online gaming already, but it perfected it. I guess you could say it was a lot better than what you got with the Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think anybody that I know would say that this generation was better than the PS2 era. You know, PS2, the Xbox, and the GameCube era. And, you know, the Dreamcast, even though it wasn't around that long. It was too little, too late for Sega. But if there's nobody I know that was around during that generation that would say that this generation is better than that generation. There's nobody I know. And I got to play a little bit of the PS2. When I came home and I was in a halfway house, I had a PS2 that I used to play on a portable DVD player with a 7-inch screen. And I actually beat a couple games on that portable DVD player with a 7-inch screen. I beat the Matrix games. I beat God of War, the first God of War. Yep. I was playing like GTA and shit like that. I beat Resident Evil 4 on that portable DVD player with a 7-inch screen. So I got to try a little bit of the PS2. But once I went to my friend's house, he had the 360. Once I seen that 360, I didn't even want to play that PS2 no more. I was like, man, get that shit out of here. Because funny thing, I had 2K7 on PS2. I went to his house and played 2K7 on 360. Y'all already know how that went. It was just like, I went back to the halfway house. I don't want to play this bullshit. Like, I was fucking done. So there's nobody I know that would put this generation over the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation. There's nobody I know. So maybe y'all can tell me different down in the motherfucking comment section. So after that generation that I missed, and that's one of the things that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, being that I am a gamer through and through. I was born into this gaming shit. You know what I'm saying? This ain't something that I had to grow on me, or it was forced on me, or I had to learn to like it or learn to love it. Nah. Out the motherfucking womb, this gaming shit was life. You dig? So a person like me missing that generation, which is some people's best or favorite generation, for me to miss that generation, miss all of those games, and just miss how the feeling felt when those consoles was launching, it's always something that I think about from time to time. And I ain't never going to be able to get that time back. So it's kind of heartbreaking, man. It's kind of fucked up. It's like, God damn, I missed that whole generation. Like, I missed it. I just want to know how I would have been. I want to know how I would have, like, I was already a PlayStation guy. But at that time, I didn't really have no preferences growing up. Like, through the Genesis, the NES, the Genesis, the NES era, and the PS1 and all, I didn't really have a preference. I just wanted to play games. I didn't give a fuck what console it was on. Whatever I got to play games on, I loved it. So, but I just wonder what I would have been, an Xbox dude, a PlayStation guy at the time, how I would have handled it. But it's kind of sad. For me, being a dude that I am when it comes to this gaming shit, to miss an entire generation, it's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, it is something that I think about sometimes, and I'm like, damn, man. Something that you reminisce on. And as far as that generation go, I got to live it through Game Informer. That's where I lived through that generation. Game Informer and whatever they were showing on like Gamehead and shit like that. So got to play it a little bit when I came home, but by that time we already had the next gen consoles, and y'all know how I am when it comes to that type of shit. I move on. So fucking sucks. But there's nobody that I know that would say that this generation was better than the PS2, Xbox, and the GameCube era. So, yeah, maybe y'all can tell me different. Anyway, moving on. Next generation, we had the 360, the Wii, and the PS3. Now, this is probably my second favorite generation, because this is when I got introduced to online gaming, which was fucking amazing. Amazing. Like, there was a time where I wouldn't even get online without having a microphone. Like, there was no way I would play online without a microphone. You dig? Without a mic. Absolutely not. If I ain't had one, I wouldn't bought one. If I just broke one, I wouldn't bought another one right away. Like, there was no way. Like, this game, this game is shit. This is life, man. You want to know how real I am about a game? And how many people could say that they actually bought a game from 7-Eleven? Y'all remember when 7-Eleven started selling games? You probably don't. But 7-Eleven started selling games. I bought Call of Duty World at War from 7-Eleven, which was right up my street, right up the street from my house. You know what I mean? I walked up the block and bought Call of Duty World at War at 7-Eleven. Nigga, this game is shit is life. Fucking life. They had games. You went in there, they had a bunch of games in a fucking case. I'm in 7-Eleven, like, yeah, let me get that Call of Duty World at War, and also let me get a large big gulp. Facts from 7-Eleven. That's crazy. Shout outs to Pussy Apostle. I appreciate it, player. I appreciate you. But the 360 era, PS3 had a slow start, but it did start to turn up around 08, 09. 360 was lit from the beginning for me. It was my first time going online. I didn't really care about the Wii. You know what I mean? That was whatever. But that was my first time going online. The 360 is actually one of my top 5 favorite consoles of all time, despite the red ring of death. The time I had when I first got on a 360, it took me back to the same feeling I got when I was on the PS1 or when I was on the Genesis or the NES. Like, it gave me that feeling. And honestly, I haven't had that feeling for gaming since I first got on the 360 and I got online for the first time. That generation definitely is better than this generation. You know what I mean? No way in the world do I see anybody putting this generation over last generation, because you got to really think about this. All your favorite games, mostly all your favorite games from this generation started last generation. Meaning it's a bunch of fucking sequels this generation that you love. Most of the games that you love this generation started last generation, especially when it comes to the Sony exclusives. You know, the Uncharted, the God of Wars, the Infamous, shit like that. Most of the brand new IPs, brand new exclusive we got this generation, they don't stack up. You know what I mean? Spider-Man 4 is great. You know, Bloodborne is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But then you got games like Detroit Become Human, Until Dawn. These games ain't really take off like some of your favorite exclusives. And you had Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, which to me is lukewarm. But all your favorite games started on the PS3 generation. You know, the God of Wars, the Uncharted, and Infamous, the Killzones, the Gran Turismos, the MLB The Show, the Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean? All that shit. So I don't see how anybody can put this generation over last generation. Last generation was fucking lit. Yeah, that's when we started to see gaming going downhill. Microtransactions was getting out of fucking control. They had us paying to play online if you bought a game used and shit like that. Developers seeming like they stopped caring, you know. And plus, when you look at all the previous generations, all the studios that was around back then, compared to now, it's just not the same. You know what I mean? So the PS3, the 360, that shit was fucking lit, man. Some of my favorite gaming moments came from that generation. You know what I mean? Shit kind of started to go downhill for me once they started party chat. Fuckers. Whoever invented party chat, I hope you have a bad fucking day. November 2008. I don't remember the exact day. I remember it was a couple of weeks after Gears 2 launched, which launched November 7th, 2008. Couple weeks later, they launched the new Xbox experience and they added party chat. And once they added party chat, that's when online gaming for me started to go downhill. You know what I mean? Now everybody's in the party chat. Now all of you weak, soft, sensitive ass gamers, now you're jumping party chat because you can't handle a motherfucker talking shit. To me, that was the best part of online gaming. Run your motherfucking mouth. Go ahead. Because once we get on that battlefield, I'm going to mop you. And then I'm going to laugh about it and tease you and fuck with you, and I'm going to make you rage quit. You know what I mean? That was the beauty of it. I feel like I used to play my best during that era because motherfuckers used to motivate me. When we get in that lobby and motherfuckers talking shit, and you start talking shit back, that used to motivate me like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because now it's making me, I got to put on my try-hard pants. I got to make these motherfuckers shut up because they talking a whole bunch of shit. I got to make these motherfuckers shut up. So that type of shit used to motivate me. I used to love fucking gaming online. That's why I told you I could not game online without a fucking microphone. Nah, I needed that. Once that party chat started and all you soft motherfuckers go hide in party chat, fuck the game up. Now online gaming ain't the same no more. I get on online gaming now and I don't even put on a mic. I don't even know where a fucking mic at. Straight up. Real talk. But the moments before party chat is some of the best. Some of the fucking best. Hearing people roast each other, conversations. That shit was fun as hell. I fucking loved it. Loved it. Talk your shit. That's going to motivate me to play even better. That's why I feel like at that time I was a beast at everything. I'm still a beast, but I feel like I ain't a beast like I used to because I used to have motivation. You know what I mean? I told y'all, I work off of motivation. Like if I'm motivated to do something, there's nothing I can't do when I'm motivated. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas used to be talking shit, it's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm mopping niggas. Facts. Shout outs to Pat, the logo guy. He said we only got remake sequels this gen besides a few. That's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, man, online was so lit. That's why last gen was so fucking lit before party chat. Just online gaming, period, man. Before party chat, it was lit. I feel like I played some of my best online gaming because everybody just used to be in the, and you know, it wasn't always people talking shit. You know, there's times when we would have good conversations in the party chat. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers start talking about something, y'all having a conversation. It wasn't always shit talking. You know what I mean? But when it did happen, you know, we all in the fucking lobby. We on opposite teams. We competitive. You know, shit talking going to happen. That shit never bothered me. It never bothered me. All it did was make me play harder so I can talk shit and I can back it up. Like, I just don't want to talk shit. I want to be able to back it up when I'm talking. When I'm talking shit, I want to be able to back that shit up. So when I'm playing online and motherfuckers is talking shit, all right, cool. I'm about to make you eat your words. I can't count how many times I made a motherfucker rage quit or just lose their shit. You know what I mean? And it's times where I was talking shit and motherfuckers handed me my ass. You dig? I wasn't, you know, I ran into my you know, I met my match a 1,000 times. You dig? But that was part of the fucking fun. You know what I mean? That was part of the fun. Motherfucker might hand you your ass and you like, oh shit, this nigga a beast. All right, I got to step it up. You know what I mean? I'm about to step it up. And then you do step it up and you victorious. Like, that shit was lit. This little soft shit y'all do now, y'all go jump in y'all go hide in y'all little party chat. Y'all niggas soft. Like, go hide my friends. I gotta start a party. I don't want to hear nobody talking. I don't want to hear nobody talking shit about me. Start a party. You niggas is soft. All you fucking dudes that hide in party chat, you're soft. Because you can still talk to your friends in open chat. It ain't like you only can talk to your friends in party chat. You just gonna have other people in there talking their shit, running their mouth. You might get attacked. You might get in the lobby and say, hey guys, what's up? And get attacked. That's cool. I'm about to mop y'all. You dig? But you know, it's all good. Stay in your party chat with your little, you know, with your little balls in your hand. Soft ass. I want to hear people talking shit. I hear fuck. We used to hear racist jokes and all that. That's just gonna make me play harder. But last gen, fire. Now you compare that to this gen. Now we come to this gen. PS4, Xbox One, and whatever the Nintendo's doing. They don't really matter. But Xbox One, PS4. You dig? Just like Pat the Logo guy said, we got a lot of sequels and we got a lot of remakes and remasters and shit like that. All of those games come from previous generations. You know what I mean? When you really look at this generation and the games that it has to stand on that were made this generation, what do you have? You know what I mean? You got a lot of games that were good, they were okay, they were decent, shit like that. But all the amazing games, they come from the previous generations. You know, games like Until Dawn, a lot of y'all ain't like Until Dawn, you know, and it's okay because of what type of game it is. It don't have a lot of gameplay and quick time events and all that shit. That's okay. But that was a new IP that's what you got for this generation. You got your Detroit Become Human, which was also a decent game, but it was minimum on the gameplay. You got Spider-Man 4, which was a new IP. You dig? For the most part. I mean, we got Spider-Man games before, but it's a standalone new exclusive. You know what I mean? So that was decent. Then you got like Horizon Zero Dawn. And, a lot of people like that game. I'm not a big fan of it. I just think it was, it was okay. It's not the best, in my opinion. It's okay. It doesn't compare to Uncharted or the original God of Wars and shit like that. Like, you got some games that were okay on their own, but that's really it. Like, all of your favorite games came from last generation. Like, even when you look at the highest rated games on like PS4, like, I think what you got it up in, I think God of War might be up in it. But like I said, that's a sequel that started last generation. Then you got like The Last of Us and GTA 5. These games are all from last generation. You know what I mean? You got The Witcher 3. Okay, you got The Witcher 3, but that's a multiplayer. I was mainly talking about exclusives, but you got The Witcher 3. That was a good new. No, that's a sequel. The fuck am I thinking? It's a sequel. It's a continuation of a franchise that started last generation. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at this generation, before you get bent out of shape, what generation do you think that this generation is better than? You know what I mean? When you look at this generation, what generation does it exceeds? None of them. In my opinion, none of them, because the previous generations, each generation gaming was getting better and better and better. And then we get to this generation now, and it seems like gaming is declining. You feel me? So, and it's a bunch of, like he said, we got a bunch of remasters, remakes, and sequels this generation. That's what we got, a lot of that. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, just mixing in with some new IPs. You feel me? Shout outs to Drake Clan. He said this gen had the most disappointments to me. I agree. This gen definitely has some great games, and they are mostly sequels, but they are still great games nonetheless. But they are, mostly sequel. We talking about brand new IPs. We don't really have many to choose from, and a lot of the ones that we did get, they were just, they were okay. They were good. They were decent. They were good for a playthrough and shit like that. But it was nothing that blew your socks off, like when you first played God of War, when you first played Uncharted, or when you first played Infamous and Killzone and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I feel like this gen is the worst. But like I said, when you got a bunch of iterations of something has to be the best, something has to be the fucking worst. You got to pick one. I don't really like. I'm looking at the chat right now. Is there anybody that feel like this generation is better than any previous generation? And if you do, what generation is that? You know what I mean? What generation is that? This generation right here was okay. Overall, this generation was like, if you had to give this generation a grade, overall, this generation was like a C plus, maybe. A C plus. I don't really see how you can grade this generation any higher than a C or C plus. Judge the generation on quality. I mean, shit. Let's talk about it. Quality, come on, this generation doesn't, what? What do you mean by that? Because this generation, this is the generation of day one patches. This is the generation of fucking patch after patch after patch. Days Gone was damn near patched every fucking day that it was released, since release. You know what I mean? So we even talking about quality. Now, we're talking about like graphics. No, we can't do that. Of course, the graphics look better moving forward. No, you can't do that. But if you want to really talk about quality of game, come on, man. This is the generation of patches after fucking patches. This generation is the worst when it comes to quality. If you want to be real, come on now. This is the generation of fucking patches. And I'm talking about not small. We got some games that's getting 20 gigabyte patches. Come on, man. They adding the rest of the fucking game. That shit funny to me. You got patches this generation that was bigger than games last generation. You got patches this generation that were bigger than full games from last generation. Are you fucking serious? If we talking about quality, then this generation is definitely last fucking place. No debate. We got fucking patches that's bigger than entire games from previous generations. Nah, player. Nah. Yakuza 0, Witcher 3, Red Dead 2, Spider-Man, Persona 5, Bloodborne, all great games this generation. How many of those are sequels? That's the whole fucking point. How many of those the game started on a different generation? Yes, those are great games, but they are still sequels. Like Pat the Logo guy said, this generation was full of sequels, remakes, and remasters. You know what I mean? So we're not debating that there was great games this generation. But when we compare it to previous generations, this generation is indeed last place. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Alchemist Star. He said, woohoo, I caught you live. What's up, Hard8, man? I don't know what's up with YouTube, but I'm not getting your notification, even with the damn bell. They hating, man. They don't want to see me great. Shout outs to Tony Wood 25. He said, what's good? 8 off topic, but I saw Endgame, aka Kill Bill Volume 2, the letdown from Volume 1. Did characters dirty. Anyway, this gen is straight trash. When we are talking about quality, we are definitely talking about quality, and this generation is last place. Anytime you got patches that's bigger than full games from previous generations, come on, man. This is the generation of day one patches. This is the generation of games not being finished day one. To where if you just so happen to not have the internet, you're going to get an unfinished, broken game. This is the generation of bad quality. You know, and we ain't talking, this ain't got nothing to do with, excuse me, this doesn't have nothing to do with graphics. We're talking about quality, you know, quality. Nah. What are your favorite games of this generation? What is my favorite games of this generation? You know, I was thinking about that, and I had a hard time even trying to figure out, like, what is the absolute game of this generation that was like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, what gave me that wow moment? What gave me that what gave me that Last of Us feeling? What game gave me that GTA 5 feeling? Or shit, what game gave me that GTA 4 feeling? What game? I don't know. And that's another reason why I had to talk about this, because I really don't fucking know. What is my favorite game? What is some of my best games of this generation? Some of my best games, shout out to Drake Clan, he said best studio this gen. We'll get to that. Some of my best games, like some of my favorite games is like Rise, Son of Rome, which we already know most people don't like that game. I like that game due to I thought the story was cool. I like the combat, the execution moves. I fucking love the graphics, the attention to detail, shit like that. I really love about that game. But we already know that game got destroyed, and that's okay. That doesn't concern me. But that just tells you what are we working with this generation. I mean, of course, I love GTA 5, but that's a last gen game. You know, The Last of Us remaster was cool, but that's a last generation game. I love Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 was fire. I can't wait till that come to PC. Red Dead 2 was definitely fire. That would definitely be like one of my favorite games this generation. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man was great. Y'all already know I don't like God of War. I think the game is fucking trash. I'm not going to say trash, but I don't like the game. It's a game that I really can't play after beating it one time. I can't play it again. Because that's kind of how I judge my games. I judge my games kind of like on games that I can play multiple times without getting bored. Like if I only can complete the game one time, then obviously to me, that game is not that great. You know what I mean? And God of War was one of them games that I only could complete one time. And I just don't like the game because that's not Kratos to me. I don't know who that imposter is, but that's not Kratos. You know, that's just how I feel. But Red Dead is definitely one of my favorite games. Red Dead 2. Spider-Man is great. And like I said, I like Until Dawn. That was pretty cool. And I like Detroit Become Human. But I'm talking about, it's not many games that really blew my socks off like GTA 5 or The Last of Us. I remember The Last of Us. I remember the minute I beat that game, I went right back. The minute, like, this is the thing about The Last of Us. The second I beat that game, I started over. And I've never done that with any game. I'm like, when I beat the game for the first time and the credits was rolling, I started the game right back up. I didn't turn it off or none of that. I didn't take a break or nothing. I started the game right back up and wanted to play it again because that's just how good and great that game was to me. You dig? Shout outs to Jazzy Jefferson. He said, "Sup, Hard 8. I don't know why these patches are getting bigger. Even Call of Duty Black Ops 4 had a 50 gigabyte day one patch. Shaking my head. Wow. 50 gigabytes. That's bigger than some games on this generation. That's crazy." Now back to Dre Clan. As far as my best studio this generation, my best studio this generation would have to be, I mean, it's between Rockstar and Naughty Dog. Because of games like Last of Us, which was a remaster, but I did like Uncharted 4, and what was Uncharted Lost Legacy. That was cool too. Some of my favorite games. These are games I beat multiple times. Uncharted 4, Lost Legacy, and of course Rockstar, because Red Dead, GTA 5, just lit. DICE would have been up there had DICE made some good Battlefield games. I mean, Battlefield 4 was fucking great. Battlefield 1 was cool, and Battlefield 5, it is what it is. You feel me? Tony Wood 25, he said, "I'm a Sony fan, but honestly, Gears of War 1 killing damn near everything this gen. A real gamer won't deny that fact." Gears of War 1, I don't know about that, player. I don't know about that. Definitely looking forward to Gears 5. I wish they'd come on. Resident Evil 7 was definitely great. I like Resident Evil 7. That was a good game. I would say 2, but 2 is a remake. You know what I mean? I definitely like Resident Evil 7. Witcher 3 was great. I beat all the DLC, but to me, Witcher 3 feels like a last generation game. And I really don't understand why people are so blown away by Witcher 3 graphics, because the Witcher 3 graphics are very fucking inconsistent. Like, very inconsistent. Like the material, the fabric and all that shit, like on the clothes that he wear, all that shit looks good. But like the polygon count for the characters, even Geralt is very low. And the textures of his skin and all that shit is very low fucking quality, dog. Like, I don't really know why people like put Witcher 3 on a pedestal as far as graphics go, because it's a very inconsistent game. Like, at times you be like, damn, this shit look beautiful. And then other times you're like, ugh, this shit look disgusting. Like, even when you look at the NPC faces and shit like that, it got that last generation look to me. Even Geralt, I mean, his face is like last generation, like low polygon count, low quality textures and shit like that. I mean, you can mod it and all that, but I'm just talking about the base game. It's not one of like the best graphical games to me. I had some video. I think I deleted it by accident. I was going to do this a while ago. I was going to show this video I had of like Witcher 3 and its graphics, and just show people like, yo, y'all are really over exaggerating about the quality of this game, because it's very inconsistent. Great game though. You know what I mean? I beat the game, I beat the main game, and I beat all the DLC. Blood and Wine and Heart of the Stone. You know what I mean? Great fucking game. But as far as like being one of the best graphical looking, nah, not in my opinion. Shout out to Alchemist Star. He said, is there a trash game that you stuck with despite the stench? I'm only one trophy shy of Platinum and Anthem. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. It was for research. Shit. I stuck with Horizon Zero Dawn because I didn't really want to. There was times where I wanted to drop that game like a bad habit. I dropped the DLC. You know what I mean? I just couldn't take that DLC. I didn't think that shit was entertaining at all. So I dropped that DLC. But Horizon Zero Dawn, I was going to drop it early on when I first started playing it. I'm like, man, this game is kind of whack. And I was going to drop it like a bad habit. But I ended up staying with it. And it did get a little bit better, but it's nothing I'm blown away by. It's the best HDR representation that I think we got this generation. But other than that, you know, graphics are great. But other than that, I wasn't really interested in that story or the gameplay too much. You dig? But yeah, Blood and Wine was fire. Regardless of the opinions, this gen still fails. I think compared to other generations, all day. Like I said, if I had to grade this generation, I would give it a C, C+. I would give this generation a C, a C+. I don't really see it getting nothing higher than that. Because a lot of the games that you love were remakes, remasters, or sequels that started on previous generations. So when it comes down to games that were specifically made for this generation, they were brand new for this generation, you're going to have a pretty limited list. You know what I mean? Your list is going to be pretty limited. So, you know, that's how I feel. Shout out to Chris Edwards. He said, what are you looking forward to at E3 and next generation? When it comes to E3, I'm looking forward to new hardware. That's what I'm looking forward to when it comes to E3. If they're not showing new hardware, I really don't care. You know, and I know Sony ain't going to be there, but Microsoft is. So I'm looking for Microsoft to show a new Xbox. That's what I'm looking forward to. If they're not showing a new Xbox, I can care less. If I'm not seeing no new hardware from Microsoft, I can care less about E3. That's just where I'm at now. I don't care about none of these conferences. I don't give a fuck about none of them unless they talking about new hardware and they showing it. Other than that, I don't really care about the upcoming games or none of that shit, especially if they multi-plats. I get them on PC. I'm pretty much done with the PS4 and Xbox One, man. R.I.P. to the PS4 and Xbox One. I don't want to deal with these consoles no more. They low budget trash. They giving me fucking headaches. They making me nauseous from the performance and the quality, and I'm ready to move on. You dig? I'm hoping I'm not forced to get another PS4 to play Last of Us 2. Or I'll just do what I did for Days Gone. I'll just do a motherfucking Target rental. You know what a Target rental is? Go to Target, buy it brand new, play the game, and then take it back, get a full refund. That's the exact same shit I did for Days Gone, which I didn't even get to finish. You dig? But if I got to do that, that's what I'll do for Last of Us 2 if I have to. Other than that, I'm really not trying to deal with PS4 or Xbox One. I'm done. I'm ready to move on, dog. I'm done. Like I said earlier in the stream, you can't wield the type of power that I had with my PC and then go back to consoles. It's not working. I'm feeling nauseous. The field of view is killing me. The stuttery, juddery frame rate, the low quality textures, all that shit is killing me. It's causing me to get nauseous. And I'm just done. I'm ready to go, dog. Shout out to Tony Wood 25. He said, reached on Gears 1 flashback multiplayer, fun effect for me. Yeah, Gears 1 was definitely fun, dog. That's no doubt about that. Mad Max was a good game. Mad Max is a great game. I'm thinking about re-downloading that on PC and beating that game again because Mad Max was a fun game. The hand-to-hand combat was so fucking brutal. Very good-looking game, especially on PC. Max settings 4K, 60 frames. I beat it on PC. I'm thinking about downloading that game again. That game was lit. Mad Max is definitely a good game. If you never played Mad Max, give it a shot. It's pretty good. No, I did not play Sniper Elite 4, but I got Sniper Elite 4, but I didn't play it. I got it on PC. Didn't play it. You dig? Well, my game share partner got it, so I can play it if I want. But no, I never played it. I played all of them except 4. So yeah. You dig? What if Gears 5 suck on PC? I doubt Gears 5 is going to suck on PC because it's Gears 4 is great on PC. Despite it not having HDR, it still runs very good, and it still looks pretty good on PC. So I doubt that it's going to suck on PC, and I don't think I would get an Xbox for Gears at this point anyway. You dig? But I'm just it's R.I.P to the PS4 and the Xbox One. I'm just done. It's time. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go. All right, we got a post from Blackbond. I remember back when in the what the fuck? I remember back in the BF3 days, used to say there's not much of a difference between console and PC. Then he played Battlefield 3. LOL. Yeah, I was in denial at one point in time. Yeah, I was definitely in denial. And I think a lot of people are in denial until they actually fucking experience PC in real time. You dig? Once you see it in real time, it'll change your mind, because that's how I was once I first seen Battlefield 3 on PC at max settings. It was like, wow. You know what I mean? Wow. But I'm just at the point right now where I just can't go back to them consoles. I just can't do it. I mean, I got the Infinity Gauntlet over this motherfucker. You dig? So going from my PC to a goddamn Black Widow, going from the power of Thanos to Black Widow, it ain't working for me right now. I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, hopefully I ain't forced to get another one for that fucking Last of Us 2, which is probably going to be some SJW bullshit. Shout out to Tony Wood 25. However, God of War, Uncharted 4, Days Gone, and Crackdown didn't deliver for me. Overrated. Ouch. Uncharted 4 was great. Uncharted 4 was definitely great. Yeah, Forza Horizon 4 runs pretty good on PC. Yeah, they starting to take PC more. They starting to take PC more serious. PC is definitely being treated better than it ever has been since I've been on it. I mean, we still got to deal with some bullshit from time to time, but coming from the way it used to be, yeah, it's a lot different now. Yeah, I mean, we starting to get more games day and date. You know, back when I first got on PC, we had to wait. We had to wait a month, 2 weeks, shit like that to get some of these multi-plats, which was fucking annoying, but you dealt with it. But now, you know what I mean? PC is getting treated a whole lot better than it used to. Facts. A whole lot better. And you got more developers coming out saying they're going to start. I think Sega just came out and said they're going to start releasing more games on PC and shit like that. So, I mean, PC definitely the wave, man. It got its bullshit, but it's definitely the wave. I'm just ready for these next gen consoles, though. Mainly the PS5 for them exclusive. shout outs to Leonard, man. I appreciate the Cash App donation. You know what I mean? Just for some gas money. AGS is the GOAT. Shout outs to you, player. I appreciate you. Where can I find your PC build specs? You can go to, I think you can go to, what's the last video? You can go to my Mortal Kombat video I just did. I think the specs are down in the description. But I got a 9900K. I got a 2080 Ti. And I think that's really all you need to know, right? You know what I mean? NVMe, SSDs and shit. I got the Infinity Gauntlet over here, man. I got all the Infinity Stones. I'm wielding the whole fucking glove and the stones over this motherfucker. So going from that to Black Widow, no, it's not working for me, man. At this point in time, it is not working. I got too much fucking power, dog. Way too much power. Got too much power. You dig? Too much. But yeah, my Mortal Kombat video, you can go down in the description. I believe it posts like some, I guess the main GeForce Experience posts the main components down in the description automatically. So you can go to that last Mortal Kombat video I did and you'll see it. You dig? Infinity Gauntlet gaming, for real though. Coming from all this power going to them consoles, that shit is making me woozy, dog. I'm telling you, I was getting stuffy. I was getting lightheaded. That field of view, that stuttery, juddery frame rate, that shit been killing my brain like on some real shit, man. I was talking to my chick. I'm like, yo, I feel a little sick. When I was playing Days Gone, I'm like, yo, this shit got me feeling crazy. I'm about to turn this shit off. That's one of the main reasons why I had to put it down. Because I mean, for the most part, I could have finished Days Gone. Like, it ain't the worst game I ever played. And I didn't play games that were worse that I finished. But it wasn't even really the game that was what made me actually put it down. What made me put it down is the way that it made me feel. Like, that shit was fucking with my fucking head. I was getting dizzy playing that shit. I'm like, I can't play this shit no more. For real. Alchemist Star, your Cash App, rather than YouTube taking funds. My Cash App is down in the description. So you can check it out. It's $Hard8times. No, it's $H 8 times. So it's $H, the number 8, TIMES. So it's down in the description. But yo, I was fucked up playing that fucking Days Gone, man. That field of view and that stuttery, juddery frame rate was killing me. Like, for real. At first I thought, like, damn, is it because I'm playing on an empty stomach? Because sometimes you play certain games on an empty stomach and they like fuck with you a little bit. I don't know if y'all ever got that type of effect. But then I played it. Now, after I ate, I tried to play it. It still was fucking me up, dog. It was making me feel sick. I'm like, nah, I can't play this shit no more. Shit was fucking with me, dog. I had to drop it. That's why I was like, I'll revisit that shit when it's back, when it's on PS5 and it's fucking 60 frames per second. I'll play it then. But right now, I can't do that shit. That shit was fucking me up. Straight up, dog. That shit was crazy. Any movies you looking forward to the rest of the year? Okay, so I want to see the new Chucky, even though it looked like hot garbage. But I am a Chucky fan. I am a Child's Play fan. I've been a Chucky fan ever since a youngster. So it's one of those movies where I gotta see it. You dig? So I want to see that. I also want to see. Well, I did want to see Spider-Man: Far From Home, but after Endgame, I really don't give a fuck about the MCU no more. I really don't give a fuck about the MCU no more. They got to get me back on board. We got to see where they going with this new phase and all that, what type of arc they about to start. But I'm kind of out of MCU right now. Endgame pissed me off so fucking much. I'm kind of out of touch with that. I do want to see the Joker now, and I want to see how that's going to turn out. That's really it. What else they got coming out this year? I ain't been up on my game trailers like that. I mean, my movie trailers like that. I want to see Hobbs and Shaw, right? And that's the name of that shit. That shit look pretty decent. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the movies and see it, but it looked pretty good though. Oh yeah, John Wick 3. I forgot about John Wick 3. Definitely got to see that. They got a new Spider-Man trailer on Monday. Well, they didn't show what else they gonna show. The last trailer seemed to show enough. Yo, why is Tony Wood getting why is Tony Wood getting timed out? What'd he do? What monitor do you recommend for the 2080 Ti? I am not a monitor guy. I'm the wrong person to ask about monitors. You know what I mean? The wrong person. Shout out to Alchemist Star for the Cash app. I appreciate you. Respect. Good looking player. Always showing love. I am the wrong person to ask about monitors, dog. I do not like monitors. They're pretty decent. Like anytime I go to anytime I don't like them because of the sides, but anytime I go to Micro Center and I'll be fucking around on the computer like the 240 hertz and all that. They are nice. Like they are fucking nice, crispy, fucking really, really nice. Monitors are really, really nice. But and I'm talking about them good monitors. They are really nice, but I just can't get down with the size. I can't get down. Oh yeah, Godzilla, King of All Monsters. I definitely want to see that. Been a Godzilla fan since a youngster. You playing on a TV with a 2080 Ti? Damn, you brave. Yeah, man. I do all my gaming on a TV. Shit, you know, it's been like that since the beginning. Yes, Gemini Man does come out this year. That actually looks pretty decent too. And I'm a Gemini, so I understand Gemini. Can't game on anything but monitors. I can dig it, man. They too small for me. But anytime I go to Micro Center and I'll be up on, you know, they be having that shit set up with like a 2080 Ti and 2080 and shit like that. It'd be real nice. They'd be like, God damn, this monitor fucking nice, smooth, crispy. Beautiful, beautiful. I just can't fuck with the small screen. But they are nice though. But I'm the wrong person to ask about monitors. I don't know nothing about no monitors, dog. Tupac was a Gemini. Yes, his birthday is 2 days after mine. Tupac was a Gemini, and Biggie was a Gemini too. Yep. Tupac was a Gemini, man. That's why you should understand Tupac a little bit more once you realize he was a Gemini. Now you know why he be talking about thug life, and then he be talking about Brenda got a baby. He go from some thug shit to some self-conscious shit within a minute. He go from hit him up to changes. Like the nigga was a Gemini. That's why he went from hit him up to changes and shit like that. Tony Wood 25, I think your minds don't like my opinions. I've always respect people just sharing opinions. Anyways, check out the 21 Bridges trailer. No, I have not seen that trailer. I don't even know what that's about. My TV can do 120 hertz. So I do got that. I'm not stuck all the way at 60 hertz. My TV can do 120 hertz. That's the highest it can go. Which I pretty much play when I'm playing Rainbow Six Rainbow Six Siege. I'll be playing that. It ain't Rainbow Six, right? Just Siege. Anyway, when I'm playing Siege, I play at 120 hertz. Very smooth. It's just so fucking smooth. So smooth. Don't hate on Tony Wood for his opinion, man. Don't let people's opinions bother you. It's all good. Snowfall. I gotta check that out. Oh, it is Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, cool. Yeah, cause I always get it mixed up with like Vegas and shit. Have you seen that Nvidia TV? Yeah, kind of. I ain't really paid that much attention to it. You never see me on Siege. I'm always on Siege. I'm always on Siege on PC. I'm always on Siege. I ain't played it in a couple of days though because I've been playing. I just started playing Assassin's Creed Origins on PC, so I ain't played it in a couple of days. Man, it's been kind of quiet for 4K TVs. I see some talking about 8K, but I'm happy with my Vizio P series Quantum. Oh, you got the Quantum. How is that? That's a pretty good TV. Yeah, I'm not worrying about that 8K shit no more right now. My apologies to the chat, just engaging in discussion. Censorship is a dangerous game. This is supposed to be fun. Yeah, I don't know why Super Spyro was timing you out. Hold on, no, hold on. Somebody is timing people out. Who is that? What the fuck? It say Super Spyro was timed out by Tony Wood 25. What? Tony Wood isn't a mod? Something is real funky going on. It's saying that Tony Wood 25 is deleting Super Spyro messages and shit. Oh no, Tony Wood is a mod. When the fuck did Tony Wood become a mod? What the fuck? I don't remember Tony Wood becoming no mod. The hell is going on? Something real fishy going on. Motherfucker. Into the Badlands is better than Game of Thrones. Didn't they just didn't they just cancel Into the Badlands? I don't know when the hell Tony Wood became a mod, but he's been deleting a lot of motherfuckers. Hold up. Shit getting crazy out here. Shout out to Spider-Man 911. What's up, player? You making niggas mods and shit? What the fuck is going on? I don't know when Tony Wood became a mod. I have no idea how that happened. I had to remove the mod status because I don't remember giving it to you, Tony Wood. No disrespect, but you can't be blocking motherfuckers. I don't know what's going on. It was showing up that you was a mod. Tony Wood, you ain't a mod no more because I removed it because I don't remember making you a mod, but it was showing up that you was a mod. And you was deleting the whole goddamn chat damn near. I don't know what the hell going on. You dig? But let me see. Only fake MCU fans and people don't understand the structure of movies have an issue with Endgame. Okay. I guess I'm a fake MCU fan because Endgame was trash. So I'm a fake. Sorry, I don't like boredom. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't like sitting around with a whole bunch of chitter chatter. Sorry, I don't like that people ain't even get killed in that motherfucker. Shout outs to Amateur Unboxing. What's good, bro? Just got dumped. What do I do now? What? I'm sorry I laughed. That was funny. You just got dumped. What? Infinity War was just a mindless action movie with no character development. Really? Think so? Infinity War was about Thanos. And that's all we needed. That shit was lit. Damn, player, you just got dumped, man. All right, what's good, man? Shout outs to Amateur Unboxing, man. You just got dumped, man. What you get dumped for, man? Tell a whole story. Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Tell the whole truth. What you get dumped for, player? Hard8, when you and your friend gonna make videos on love and sex stuff. We wasn't gonna make no videos on no love shit. But we was gonna do something on, I don't know. I ain't even talked to him about the shit. I keep forgetting. I gotta get on that though. That shit gonna be funny. I guess I'm a fake ass MCU dude, man, because Thanos didn't even kill nobody, first of all. Let's just be real. We got the deaths that we did get with sacrifices. Boo! That was whack. It'd have been nice if Thanos actually killed somebody. If he ran that fucking blade through somebody's chest, that would have been fucking something to be like, oh shit, like something like that. Not watching people fight over who gonna sacrifice themselves. Like, nah, that shit has no impact whatsoever. But I know you little powder puffs, y'all was in there sobbing and shit, but that type of shit don't got no impact when motherfuckers fucking killing themselves and sacrificing themselves and shit like that. I want to see Thanos kill somebody. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't run that blade through nobody, cut off an arm, a leg, or something. God damn, we got motherfuckers sacrificing themselves. Shit was trash. And Hawk was absolutely garbage. We're not even going to talk about Hawk. We ain't even going to talk about that. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I came to talk about what I wanted to talk about. But Hard8, what's up with Nessie? Nessie's going through some real life problems right now, so she's dealing with real life shit. So, yeah, she might be back this week, but who knows? Y'all niggas stupid as shit. Hawk was definitely a college professor. He was a tutor or some shit. Like, at least they could have told us what was the Hawk GPA, because that motherfucker looked like he got about a 4.0 GPA or some shit. I don't know. They should have told us some shit like that. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Shout outs to everybody for coming, man. Shout outs to all the super chat people. Appreciate y'all support. Shout outs to all the the Patreon supporters. It ain't many of y'all left. But shout outs to y'all, man. My shit starting to look like Weapon Wheel. This shit crazy, man. My shit starting to look like Weapon Wheel on Patreon. But anyway, shout outs to y'all. Appreciate it. Shout outs to everybody for coming. Make sure you hit that like button. Stop being lazy. Make sure you hit that motherfucking like button. And this is definitely worst gen. You know what I mean? Just deal with it. Deal with it. It's the worst fucking gen. Anyway, it's your boy Hard8, and I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. I'm gone. Weapon Wheel Podcast. I mean, what the fuck? AGS Podcast. God damn. AGS Podcast, Sunday at 4 p.m. EST. Man, it's time for me to go. I'm making fucking errors in my speech. It's time for me to get the fuck up out of here, man. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. I'm gone. Deuces.